Hi, I'm AJ Freed, and I haven't left my house in weeks.
And I'm Michelle Spiller, and I think fresh air is refreshing.
Hi, I'm Hannah Broxmeyer, and I have your weekend forecast.
Good morning, Upham. Today's day 32 of the coronavirus quarantine. Please rise and join us for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This past week, we saw a lot of action on trying to determine how we're going to reopen the country. This includes schools, social places, and the economy. Speaking of schools, New York City schools are in limbo with governor and mayor saying different things about the rest of the school year.
With the status of the rest of the school year and school events currently unknown, Casey Farr sat down with Senior Class President Stephanie Simone to discuss the plans for the rest of the school year in this week's virtual Around Campus.
Hi, and welcome to this week's Around Campus. I'm Casey Farr, joined by Senior Class President Stephanie Simone. How are you doing today, Stephanie?
I'm doing good.
So, as the Senior Class President, do you have any say in what's going to possibly happen with some of the senior events like prom and graduation?
I don't have any say at all. I've been talking to some of the advisors, and they really are taking it day by day. It's not even their call. It's basically what the governor's going to say, but they have no idea what's going to happen yet.
So they're basically just kind of following what the governor's been saying, not really taking any steps to move something to some.
Yeah, they're not going to rush to any conclusions. They're taking it day by day, and if they're told they can't have it, then we won't. But they're trying everything they can, I think.
What do you think the chances are of maybe some of those events being pushed back into the summer, not the school year?
I think it'll be really hard for them to reschedule in July, considering we booked prom like a year in advance. But I definitely think they'll work something out, maybe if it's even outdoors somewhere. I think they'll give us something. I hope.
And I don't know if you would be able to get this information, but do you know what would happen with all the money that's been fundraised for it throughout the years?
I know that any of the extra money that we have, we were donating. We were figuring out what charity to donate it to. So I'm not sure if we would donate all of it to the charity or maybe donate some of it back to the school.
And although you never want to see something like this get canceled, are there any plans maybe when social distancing doesn't have to be a thing anymore?
We're trying. We were trying to brainstorm a few ideas that we could do. It's just really hard in the circumstances that we're in. I know we're trying to figure out a May 1st where we can post and honor kids that have committed to college or have any other future plans they know of. So we're trying to figure out something to do for May 1st, but it's really hard.
Yeah, obviously, there's only so much you can do during these times.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've been Casey Farr, joined by Stephanie Simone. Thank you once again for being on the show. Now back to AJ and Michelle.
Thanks, Casey. I hope the seniors are able to enjoy the rest of the school year. Speaking of seniors, you can now order your Class of 2020 Senior Strong lawn signs. For more information, check out the Sports Booster website.
Now, for your friendly BMB reminder to stay safe, keep your distance, and stay at home.
And speaking of staying at home, make sure you check out the BMB YouTube page, which features our latest midweek update, and for BMB's latest PSA, who are you staying home for?
And who can forget about the daily BMB coronavirus updates? There's plenty of content to watch, and much more is on the way. Michelle, I see you got the chance to see how families spent the holidays this year without being together.
Though these past few months have certainly felt like the longest months of our lives, we're already in April finishing up what would have been this year's spring break. The 2020 spring holidays of Easter and Passover have come and gone, and despite everyone being locked up within their homes, people managed to find a way to compensate for the lack of physical interaction during these holidays. This year, many people have found ways to continue their holiday traditions with their loved ones, even if it means constantly telling a family member to unmute whenever they try to speak.
This year, like a lot of folks, my family and I used Zoom and a whole lot of text messaging and phone calls in order to connect over the holidays. So as I said, our Seder was delivered through a Zoom call, which my cousin Allison set up through her job. And my cousin Andy, who's her father, who always leads our Seders, still led our Seder. It was the same cousins who I see every year on Passover. and we were able to use our family's Haggadah, which Andy compiled several years ago, using PDFs, and some people have hard copies in their homes. And just like every year, he called on people to do certain readings, and we had a nice Seder and then broke for dinner. Although we weren't able to be together in person, it still kind of gave us that same feeling of togetherness, that we were able to get together even though it wasn't in person. There was a lot of being thankful to see each other's faces and hear each other's voices, even though we were in something like 3 different states.
Whether it be by video conference or just messaging friends and family a message of kindness, these holidays certainly weren't a waste even with the current situation. For BMB, I'm Michelle Spiller.
Good job, Michelle.
Thanks, AJ. With the emergence of COVID-19, many problems have arisen with it, including trash cleanup. People have been leaving face masks and protective gear all over the streets. Aiden and Carolyn got a chance to cover this story and to tell us how it's been affecting our local community.
As the coronavirus pandemic continues to cause our state to be in a shutdown, most essential workers must keep continuing to go out and do their jobs. One of these essential services is the sanitation department, which is responsible for pickup of garbage and recycling, but due to safety concerns, the town of Hempstead has suspended their recycling pickups. As a result, many people are concerned as to how they can get rid of their recyclables with there being no pickup.
I think it's a negative issue. It has a negative impact on the environment. Recycling should continue. All that material is going to be put into the waste stream, into landfills and incinerators, which are going to have a negative impact on the environment. Well, the city of New York right now hasn't suspended any of its recycling or compost programs. The town of Hempstead right now is having an issue with the coronavirus with their manpower, so they weren't able to continue with their program. The city right now still has plenty of employees. We've had some impact due to the coronavirus, but right now most of it is we were able to absorb the losses of manpower. They can always bring their bottles and cans back to the stores where they purchased them to get their 5-cent refund. You can also go to recyclers. If you in different towns, there's companies that would take recycling, metals and stuff like that, and you also could donate your clothes and anything else if you look it up onto the internet for donations.
If you have any recyclables that you would like to get rid of, you can drop them off at the town sanitation facility located at 1600 Merrick Road from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday, or you can call them at 516-378-4210 or visit their website. For BMB, I'm Aiden Carolyn.
Thanks, Aiden. Getting outside and enjoying the fresh spring air is always a good idea, as long as you're social distancing, of course. Here's Hannah Broxmeyer with your weekend weather.
Hi, I'm Hailstorm Honey here with your quarantine weekend weather for week 6 of the shutdown. Today will be cloudy with a high of 50 and a low of 44. On Saturday, it will be a little rainy with a high of 45 and a low of 41. To end off the weekend, Sunday will be sunny, which makes sense, and there will be a high of 57 and a low of 49. Remember to try and get some fresh air, stay safe, and have a great weekend, Meppa.
Thanks, Hannah. And remember that going outside enjoying the sunshine is quite alright, as long as you take the necessary safety precautions.
Now for this week's quote of the week. Reflective thinking turns experience into insight.
These have been the BMB mini morning announcements for Friday, April 17th.
Have a great day, Meppa.